Hi everybody and welcome to another weekly update video from myself, Sarah Lane. If you watched last week's video, you would have seen that I was in Mechelen in Belgium and I was at the Cloudbrew conference. And now I think when I filmed my video, I had watched a couple of sessions and watched the keynote at the morning and had nipped out to get some coffee. And I'd only just been attending sessions, so I hadn't delivered my sessions yet, but it was really good having that first day as an attendee and being able to absorb these sessions without worrying about my sessions coming up and having to be prepared for that. The second day I delivered 2 sessions, so I delivered my Azure Migrate session first thing in the morning, so thank you to everybody that got up really early and came to the 9 o'clock session. I really do appreciate your participation and attendance at the session. Azure Migrate is my favourite product within the Azure range. I am a true fangirl of that product, so it was great having the chance to share some of the things that have been happening within the product and speak to a few of you about it. I then delivered my session, which was about work-life balance and what I do to try and get that balance within my life. And it was a really engaging session again. There was lots of people there, and thank you to all that came and shared some thoughts after the session. The session isn't just me speaking for 60 minutes. It definitely isn't about that. It's about sharing some of the experiences I've had, sharing some of the tips and the tools that I use, and then getting some audience participation afterwards. So seeing what everybody else thinks, getting some thoughts about it and understanding where everybody else is and learning from each other. So again, thank you to everybody that attended. I also want to say thank you to the lovely gentleman who gave me chocolate after the session. I'm still working my way through that lovely stack of chocolate, so I really do appreciate you taking the time and making that lovely gesture. Don't tell my colleague Thomas that I prefer Belgian chocolate now to Swiss. He might be a bit upset, but again, thank you so much for the kind generosity. It really did make my day. Cloudbrew is an amazing event. I have to say thank you to all the organisers who put in an astonishing amount of work, from the call for papers, session selection to organising the event. I think this year that was the first time you'd had the whole conference centre at Cloudbrew, so there was 4 different tracks, and I know the logistics of trying to organise just a user group, so thank you for all your hard work and time and effort putting in on organising that conference. It was really good fun, and hopefully I'll be back again at some point. I'm definitely recommending it as something that people should attend or speak at. So this week is all about me trying to make the most of my time at home. So creating content. I've created some videos that will be released next month. I'm also working on some blog posts. So I've got tons of little scribbles here, there and everywhere, in OneNotes, on emails, on my whiteboard at home, and I want to try and complete some of those blog posts and get them scheduled. Although you might not see them this side of 2019, hopefully we'll get to see them eventually. I'm also prepping for things that are happening in the future as well. So I'm filming some videos down in London at the start or the middle of January. So I'm creating the content and practicing what I'm going to be saying for that and getting ready for that. I'm also going on some of the stops with Microsoft Ignite the Tour. So again, I am practicing the sessions for those and organising my travel, which is logistically a bit challenging. Trying to get from Glasgow to some of these locations and then figure out where I need to be next. So I'm going to South Africa. So I'm going to Johannesburg and I'll be speaking there. But after that, I'm actually going to Seattle for an internal training event. So rather than go Glasgow to Johannesburg and then home again, I'm going Glasgow, Johannesburg, popping into the UK for a connecting flight and then popping over to Seattle before coming home. So I'll be away for 2 weeks at the end of January, start of February. I'll probably go from, like 26 degrees down to like 4 or 5 or even colder in Seattle at the start of February. So my suitcase will be a mixture of t-shirts and then lots of hoodies. But yeah, that's just part of the job, part of doing the travel that I do in my job. I've also had to get some vaccinations for the travel that's coming up. So my arms are a little bit sore from the jags that I've had there as well. But again, all part and parcel of the experience, and I'm super excited to be going on some of these stops and getting a chance to meet people there and catch up with some of my team as well. So this week has been really good fun. I have some time off planned for Christmas. I've got some days off, so we'll see if I don't work. Being at home, I might end up opening up the laptop and doing some stuff. Obviously, when you write content and create content, sometimes it doesn't flow when you want it to, but then it flows when you don't want it to. So yeah, it might be the opportunity for me to do some work during the holidays as well, but I'll definitely be making time to make some memories with the family and make the most of being at home, especially with the upcoming travel that's happening next year, because I definitely want to make the most of being here and create memories with my family and friends as well. So yes, that's me. I will be doing a video next week, even though I'm off. I will keep up this cadence of a weekly video and tell you what's been happening and check in. I hope that if you are celebrating Christmas, you have a great time, have a happy holidays, and I will check in with you next week. And until then, see you later.